right, here we go. Lord Jamar, welcome back.
Peace. What's good?
Well, we had a lot of deaths recently. We had Little Richard just pass.
Little Richard, the what? The father of rock and roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say that.
Also, one of the, and this is not a disrespect to him because he'll say this, and he said this in an interview himself, but he's one of the first black men that they emasculated in order to placate to white people. There's a video of Little Richard speaking about, when he made his music and white girls and all of that was loving it and all that. They didn't want him singing to the white girls when he was just looking regular, like a regular man. But when he put on the flamboyant shit and the makeup and all of that, he said then it was okay. So he said that kind of enabled him to be able to perform for the white girls. Because other than that, they wasn't going to take a regular black man performing for the white girls and having them screaming and all this type of shit, unless he was effeminate.
Well, I actually looked it up. When you look up the father of rock and roll, Chuck Berry usually comes up first.
This is true. But a lot of people will say Little Richard, maybe both of them, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, kind of in the same vein. And the reason why Little Richard had a lot of people that were in his band and later on became rock and roll greats and shit like that. I think Jimi Hendrix used to fucking play for him, and fucking Mick Jagger and all kind of motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Really fucked with Little Richard like that.
Yeah, well, rest in peace. Quite a talent, and you could say was the biggest influence on Prince.
I would definitely say that. I could see it. The hair, you know what I mean? The style, but you look past that, he was a musician, you know what I mean? He made some shit that went on to influence many people.
Right. Then there is Andre Harrell, who just passed at 59.
Woo! Andre Harrell. Let's just stop there for a minute, because that's serious hip hop history right there. Okay? For those of you that, many people know Andre Harrell as, this music mogul, this music executive, but let's not forget that he started as an MC in a group called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, okay? He was Dr. Jekyll. They had a song called AM/PM back in the days that was the shit, okay? They also did a joint to, they had a joint called Genius Rap or some shit like that, to the genius of, to that joint right there. And that was another hit. They was also on Pumpkin's, Pumpkin and the All-Stars. And he was rocking suits. They was rocking suits back then. They was one of the first rappers that was because Flash and them was rocking the flamboyant shit and then Run DMC and all that. They had but these dudes was rocking suits and ties and shit like that. To the point where on Russell Simmons, did you know Russell Simmons made a record before called Cold Rock Stuff?
I think so, yeah. I remember he rapped at a very early
on.
No,
he wasn't rapping. He was just talking on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you lying. And so he started talking about Dr. Jekyll, and he's like, what kind of rapper is you wearing a suit? Yo, the song is dope. Check it out. But anyway, so he was a pioneer as far as in hip hop. Then later on, he goes on to fucking create Uptown Records. Now, for us, Uptown Records was so inspirational because Heavy D and the Boys They were from Mount Vernon. We're from New Rochelle. That's like, there's a small little town right between us, but basically we right next to each other. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of influence with each other, and you know what I mean? And sometimes it was like Crips and Bloods though, but for some of us, you know, there was a cross pollination as well. So when we saw Heavy D blow up, it was like, yo, like we could do it too. Like these are dudes from Westchester. At that point, Westchester might as well have been, you know, Mars or some shit. You know what I mean? Like only people from the 5 boroughs was making records at that time. So Andre Harrell put people on like Heavy D, you know what I mean? Interns and shit like Puffy and them, you know what I mean? So that was inspirational to people like us. Now Pooh Bah, even though Pooh Bah had made a record before them, it wasn't as big as what Heavy D and them got to. So they showed us that dudes from Westchester can actually be like mainstream top rappers. And I feel that helped inspire Brand Nubian to even go hard. Like, yo, we could really do this shit like on a big level type of shit. And so now, let me just finish my quick Andre Harrell story. So when we first got on, Andre Harrell and Puffy managed Brand Nubian for like 2 weeks. But we were so wild back then, like we expected just a lot. We expected motherfuckers to just lay out the red carpet, like, and we didn't even have our full shit out yet. Like, we didn't have our album out yet. But like, we figured like management should pay for this and that, and you know what I mean? Like, if I have to go to the city, y'all motherfuckers should pay for me to come to the city. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and pay for my lunch and all of this type of shit. Like, you know what I mean? So I remember we went down there one day, and so we was like, yeah, you know, the cab was this much or whatever. You know, we told Puffy and Andre, and they was kind of like, and like, like, oh, you think we supposed to pay for this shit? Like, and it was just, they was like, nah, it ain't that type of party. Like, you know what I mean? And so we was like, oh, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, we not fucking with y'all. And then soon after that, we was fucking with Russell Simmons and shit. Like, it wasn't like a beef, like we, you know what I mean? But it was just like, I don't know, we was following Pooh Bah's move at that time. Pooh Bah was like, fuck that, we out. You know what I mean? Russell Simmons wanna fuck with us. Oh, word, Russell Simmons, let's do it. And so we ended up fucking with Rush. But I say that to say, Andre Harrell's always been a good guy. You know, he gave breaks to a lot of fucking people, you know, especially from my area. Like Teddy Riley, that's another dude that was an uptown Westchester type of dude. He ended up having a baby with fucking a girl that I went to school with. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Andre Harrell, man. And then through the years, just always seeing him, he always was cool, always, you know, was a good guy. And, you know, I ain't got nothing negative to say about him as you know, as far as my relationship with him. You know what I mean? I don't know how other people that might have been signed to him, if they got anything to say bad, but I don't.
We were actually supposed to interview him like about 1.5 years ago, but we just couldn't get scheduled for whatever reason. It's too bad, because I don't really think he has like a piece on him that really tells a story.
Oh, this dude, man, he was definitely way ahead of his time, man, just as far as like, you know, like the shit he was into, like the opulent black shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like trying to be like super rich, like yeah, like I don't think a lot of dudes was even thinking like him at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, you know, the suits, because I remember I read, I think it might have been Russell Simmons' book, but he said that when Jekyll and Hyde was wearing the suits, that's because they worked in Wall Street. So they basically would just go to shows straight off their jobs.
See?
And they just kept the suits on.
I didn't know that. I thought that was just like their shtick.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you know
it became their thing, but that's actually how it originated, right? And then he said how, that they were doing the little shows and whatever else, and then they saw LL Cool J perform, and they said, "Oh, that's it, we're done." When they saw how the reaction and
right, and where hip hop was going, they was probably like, "We can't do that."
They said we can't keep up with this.
They couldn't.
We need to go do something else,
because their whole style was like it wasn't aggressive like that. It was like, and I'm Mr. Hyde. Like it was more like that early MC type of style, and it was good for that. But he was smart enough to know, you see, and that's part of it, being smart enough to assess your strengths and your weaknesses and know what you can do and can't do. And you might want to do some shit, but I can't really do that. Like, you know what I mean? Even though I want to do it, I'm not built for that. Like,
Yeah.
But I can help other people do that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
A lot of people that were around Jay-Z's early days were kind of telling me, like, they already knew, okay, I don't know that this guy going to be as big as he gets, but I know that I can't do what he does.
Right.
I know that for a fact.
Right.
Man, that was the story. LL Cool J made them stop, made a homie go into a whole different field, into a whole different job. So, okay,
I wonder what happened to Mr. Hyde. What happened to Mr. Hyde?
They actually have something. They were originally called the Harlem World Crew. And recorded on Taster and Rojak Records in 1980.
Wow.
Alonzo Brown, the other guy, joined Profile Records in 81 under the name Lonnie Love and recorded a song Young Ladies. The same year, he teamed up with Andre and did Genius Rap. And then they ended their relationship in 87, but Hyde continued to record with Profile Records. So Hyde, it's called The Witch and Hyde's Beat.
We never heard that shit. We didn't know that shit.
Yeah, you kind of didn't hear Hyde after that. Alonzo Brown went on to become a producer and screenwriter, serving executive producer for the Judge Mathis television show. There you go.
Wow, okay.
Yep.
Landed on his feet. That's what's up. I like it. Landed on his feet. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just not as a rapper, though.
Not as a rapper.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, imagine being 59 still trying to make it in rap. If it was Jekyll and Hyde, like, okay.
You don't remember me, AM, PM? Like, listen.
What do you mean I gotta wait in line?
Enough is enough. So rest in peace, Andre Harrell. Again, condolences to his family. Shout out Wendy Creedle. Sorry for your loss. Shout out to his son, young Andre. Look just like him.
Rest in peace, Nick Blixky, who just got killed, affiliated with 22 G's.
I just heard about that today, actually. My man, Johnny Fastlane, put me on to that. Yeah, man, shit is crazy. Like, and then now guys is online laughing at each other's death. Like, this shit is not cool, man. Like we shouldn't be laughing and talking about dancing on each other's graves and all this type of shit. Like, let's just stop the bullshit, man. These are rappers that are from the same borough too. Like this shit is ridiculous, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm surprised people are still gangbanging right now. Not to say that's what happened with him, but when you just randomly get shot as a 21-year-old, you can make certain educated guesses when it comes to that. Yeah, man, it's fucking sad. It seemed to me like crime had kind of died down for a while in the beginning, but now it seems like people are saying fuck it and just going back out and doing what they used to be doing.
Well, yes and no. I mean, when there's beef, when there's beef, it's always gonna be beef. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that'll wait years to settle a fucking beef. So you think a little fucking couple months sitting in the crib is gonna stop, certain people that have a vengeance in their heart over some shit? Nah. It's just gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if one of your family members gets killed or one of your close friends gets killed, it's basically on site forever.
Right. Like just, and I'm just saying, like one of your close friends gets killed and then somebody is like online, like laughing about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's inciting that's even adding fuel to the fire. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that shit ain't cool, man. That shit ain't cool. And these kids, how old was he again?
I think he was like 21.
Like, we don't even realize how young that is. Like, I remember when I was like 17 and I felt like I was a grown ass man, and you know what I mean? I felt like I knew every fucking thing. And then by the time I got to around 21, I realized that I didn't really know shit at 17. And then, but now I know because I'm 21, but oh, guess what? By the time you like 25, you might realize you didn't know what the fuck, you know what I mean? At 21, you ain't know shit. And so on and so on and so forth. Like, it keeps happening. As you get older, you realize you didn't know shit. That was like, you thought you knew it all. You ain't know a goddamn thing. We run around killing each other, thinking we know it all.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at a picture that we posted when he died, and this picture has him in a bulletproof vest with Nick Blixky.
Right.
On the actual vest. He went and got this vest made with his name on it, which is really crazy. And he died by getting shot by a gun, but he's creating merch of bulletproof vests. And this looks like an actual bulletproof vest. This doesn't look like just.
But you don't know if it is. You know what I mean?
We don't know. But when you look at the imagery of it, it's like, okay, this is the image that he's putting out to the world. I'm out here with a bulletproof vest.
Right.
Oh man, sad. Well, Betty Wright, she passed away as well. No pain, no gain. Clean up woman.
There you go. Also,
classic R&B singer.
Also, one of the homies from Kraftwerk passed away.
Yeah.
What's his name? France somebody? I forget his name. But, and CEO will say, Lord Jamar be hating on the white people and hip hop. No. Kraftwerk, okay, had two of the most influential songs in hip hop, Trans Europe Express and Numbers. Those two songs right there were super influential in the early forming of hip hop. And I'm going to give those white boys their credit where it is due. Although I don't think they knew that was going to happen, though. They didn't know that they was going to be part of hip hop. It just, they made some shit that we fucked with.
Right. The guy's name is Florian Schneider.
There you go. Florian. I knew it was something with an F.
He passed away 73 years old just recently. He was a co-founder of Kraftwerk. And I remember during my early days, Tour de France was our song that we used to breakdance to. That was like, for us, the hip-hop record in the Bay.
Yeah, Numbers.
But they were doing like hip-hop shit, like electronic music that breakdancers took to and people started to sample forever, essentially, in hip-hop.
Planet Rock was based off of that. Was based off of Numbers and Trans Europe Express.
Yep. There you go. Well, there's also King Shooter. He died.
Yes.
That was a Dave East and a Nas associate. Apparently, that was like Dave East's like best friend. He was crying on Instagram. On Instagram Live, he was literally crying about the passing of his guy. So yeah, once again, a lot of death right now.
Oh, but one more. I don't know if this was the one you were going to say, but Roy from Siegfried and Roy.
Roy from Siegfried and Roy, that's right.
That motherfucker survived a fucking tiger attack, and supposedly the Rona got him. Now, how the fuck you survive a tiger? Okay, a motherfucking tiger. He came back from a tiger attack, but the Rona got him. Yeah, all right. Anyway, rest in peace to all of y'all.
But last, but certainly not least, rest in peace to Francisco Sabola, who was a 73-year-old man from Angola who had 156 children.
Oh, I saw that.
From 47 wives.
Salutations to you, sir. Salutations.
Yes. Francisco
So
Sabola.
you saw that, the picture of the funeral?
Oh, yeah. It was crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes. Francisco Sabola, also known as Big Dad or Pai Grande, as he was called. 156 children from 47 wives, which means that he had on average 3.3 children per wife.
So now do you understand why polygamy is outlawed? Because look at that. Look at how much reproduction can come from that. And for us, that's a positive thing. Yeah, Bill Gates will say it's a negative thing, but that's a positive thing. Like we as original people reproduce very fast. You give us one wife, we can reproduce crazy. But if we have those type of situations going on, it's crazy and it's fearful. This is why certain measures have been put in place to control the population for as long as you can think of. And so that's why polygamy was outlawed, especially for us as black people.
Well, I'm just going to say another reason why you don't want to have 156 kids in one particular area is that you're going to start having a lot of inbred kids from this particular situation.
No, you're not.
Because you gonna tell me all 156 kids know all their siblings?
Yes.
Know exactly?
Yes, they do. That's the whole thing. They do. Because these are all his wives. First of all, these are not jump-offs. He don't have 40-something jump-offs. He got 47 wives. This is all his family. Trust me, they all know each other. And bro, we're not just going to assume some incest is going on. Like, oh, I accidentally fucked my sister because we had so many of us and we didn't know. Nah, y'all know. Y'all been all together since y'all was children. Y'all all been playing with each other. All of that type of shit. Like you're thinking of it in a Western type of way where they all live in different places and they might not have grown up around each other. This is some shit where I guarantee you there was a whole cooperative thing going on. So they all knew each other.
Hey, look, I just want to salute this man.
And hold up, he's not the only one that's doing that. So there's other people from around his way. This other man might have 25 wives with 60, 75 kids. You dig?
Yeah, I've never heard
enough to go around.
I've never heard of 156 children though. This is definitely something.
Nah, I've heard of shit like that before. That's not odd. That's not odd. That's not odd. This motherfucker, he's not the only one. He's not in the Guinness Book of World Records for that shit. Find the Guinness Book of World Records. Okay?
Well, I actually looked up the Guinness Book of World Records. And what came up, oddly enough.
He said, what's this guy?
Oddly enough, well, I guess I searched for a slightly wrong because what it came up with is the official number of children born to one mother.
Oh.
And do you know what that number is?
Whew. I'm going to take a guess and say 40.
69.
Whoa.
A peasant woman from Shuya, Russia.
Who started at the age of 10.
Gave birth to 16 pairs of twins.
Oh, wow.
Seven sets of triplets and 4 sets of quadruplets.
Whoa. You egg splicing little thing, you. God damn. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, well, there's a guy in Zimbabwe, Mishik Dr. Nyandro, who had 128 children and counting is what they said. Because I guess he's still at it.
I'm telling you.
Hold on a second. Wait. Yeah, there's...
These are not... These are not anomalies. These are not anecdotal stories. Like, there's motherfuckers out there. But see, you got to be able to, traditionally, in a traditional African society, you can't just have all these kids. You got to be able to take care of them. You got to be able to have homes and all that for them and shit like that. So these, usually people like this are very rich. You know what I mean? You're going to find super rich people that are able to do that.
All right, so here we go. I have the master list. This is based on from babygaga.com.
Babygaga.com. Okay.
The number one man to have fathered the most number of children, the estimate is 1,000 to 2,000 children, is Genghis Khan.
Right. To the fact that every Asian right now, they say most Asians have his DNA in their fucking DNA. Look that up. That's how many kids he got. That most Asians of today have some Genghis Khan DNA in their fucking shit running through them right now.
Right. So I'm going to jump around. So there's a guy named Dr. Weisner, who was an early fertility doctor, who went and just impregnated a bunch of women with his own sperm. He has up to 600 children.
So don't look at my man with 140 something like he's so ill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, trust me.
Well,
we don't know how many Wilt Chamberlain got out that motherfucker. He said he done fucked 2,000 bros.
King Sabuza II of Swaziland has 210 children. He died in 1982. That's like the most like modern number of someone who actually fathered children the old-fashioned way.
Right. And these are rich people doing it. Now, back in the days, you also had poor people that might have had 20 kids. You know what I mean? Like early. 20 kids, 10 easy.
Yeah.
Having 10 children back in the days was like almost the norm.
Right, look at the Jackson 5.
Right. That's just 5. That was probably a small...
Well, the Jackson 5...
Right, plus that's not even the sisters wasn't even counted in that.
Yeah, there was what, 3 or 4 sisters?
Yes.
So really it's like 8 or 9 kids. Yeah, Ramesses II of Egypt had 162 children. Yeah, okay. Since our last interview, Tekashi 6ix9ine was released.
Yep.
And we were all wondering, there's a lot of conversations on, well, when he gets released, is he going to be accepted? Is he going to blow up? Is he going to rap about being a gangster? Is he going to rap about snitching? What's going to happen? Well, a few days ago, Tekashi dropped his new song, Gouda, or Gooba. Gooba. The video actually beat Eminem's Kill Shot for the most views for a hip-hop music video in one day. It got 43 million views, beating out Eminem's 38 million.
Now, see, there you go, Glad. Bringing up Eminem.
Had to slip it in.
Why, Glad?
For everyone who's wondering why Jamar's calling me Glad, I recently had an interview with Crunchy Black, who called me Glad with a G throughout the entire interview, from beginning to end.
I don't know, Glad. There was a lot of wild things. I know we burned up somebody's car. It's an inside story with all this shit. I can't talk about that, Glad, because I really get in trouble. See, motherfucker can't just be selfish, Glad. Because, I was robbing and stealing out there, Glad. I was, taking them down through there.
And you didn't correct him.
I did not.
Once.
Not once. I let him run with it every time.
Now, hang on. Did you knew that it was going to be gold from not correcting him? Or did you just did not want to interfere or so, or you were scared? Like, tell me why you didn't say, bro, my name is Vlad. Like, it's not Glad, right? Oh, shit.
I think I picked it up on the second or third time. And then you kind of, as an interviewer, you have to decide.
Right.
Well, do you want to stop the interview and correct him and potentially mess up the energy and the flow?
Right.
Or do you
let
just
it
let him
go?
run with it and figure,
And turn
hey,
it
this
into
is probably
comic gold.
it's gonna be comedy gold. It's entertaining. I don't think he cares.
Yo, people was cracking the fuck up. They was like, yo, he's calling him Vlad through the whole thing. Vlad ain't say nothing. Yo, this shit is hilarious.
He would double up on it sometimes. He would say, well, I'm telling you glad because you glad. But here's how it really went.
I wouldn't say this to nobody else. Glad. You fucking garbage bag looking. Oh, shit.
Okay. So Tekashi beat out Eminem's kill shot.
Right.
And he had a video that I think is over 100 million views right now.
Right.
I watched it one time.
So did I.
Because which I think everyone did. Like everyone's gonna
Right.
watch it or one
But
time.
it's not out of love. It's not out of why he thinks we're watching it. You see what I'm
Curiosity.
saying? It's almost like a train wreck and that you can't turn away. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you want to see what's gonna happen, but trust me, bro, it's not because niggas is in love with this guy. Like he was like, yo, just look up. It's 2 million views. Like, they're not there because they love you, bro. They're there because they want to see you fucking self-destruct. That's why they're watching. So don't get it twisted. Numbers do lie. I hate the men lie, women lie, numbers don't. No, fucking numbers do lie. Look at the book of the stack of books that fucking Bill Gates had on his desk, and at the top he got a book that says how to lie with statistics. Okay? Numbers don't show the intent, okay, behind those numbers. So for instance, again, you might have 1 million followers. We talked about this before. You might have 1 million followers on IG. Do you think they're all your fans? Like 3/4 of them might be there just to hate on you. Just to hate on you. They gotta follow you because your comments is off, like me, and you can't give a comment unless you follow me. So now you'll follow just so you could talk shit. But now I'm gonna say, oh, look at all my followers. Like these are my fucking fans and shit. No, they're not necessarily your fans, and all those eyes don't mean that you're popping. Like it just means people want to see what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I listened to the song, and there was a part where it said, pop that N-word with 100 shots. And I'm like, oh, he's actually talking some gangster shit again.
Yeah, he's still talking shit.
But some gangster shit, some tough guy shit. When you're on the stand telling the court that you have nothing to do with any sort of gangster type, it's all an image, it's all fake.
Right.
As you're continuing to tell on everybody around you and giving this guy 20 years and giving this guy 15 years and bringing in people
that didn't even have nothing to do with it.
That have nothing to do with it on the stand, cooperating to the extent, and you come out and you're, pop them with 100 shots. That to me was like, wow. Like out of everything you could have said at this point, this is what you're saying.
Well, but he's already let you know that it's not real. So why not? It's just like an actor getting out and going right back to do an action movie. You see what I'm saying? Like, we know he's full of shit. Like, first of all, if y'all even accepted him in the very beginning with all that rainbow shit, like, please, like, what the fuck do y'all expect? What did y'all really expect from this guy? You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, he came out and he's right back to talking shit because he knows that's what gets him views and all of that. Like, that's what's gonna make people watch. Now, the telltale thing is, yeah, you got mad views on your song, but are people running around really playing this shit? Like when motherfuckers get back out on the street and cars is going down the block, are we gonna hear this shit pumping out of the window? I don't think so. Is this niggas gonna be on the train with the shit in their headphones and all that? Nah. After you've seen the video, it's like, all right, it is what it is. Like, part of the thing that stands out in the video is that there ain't no niggas in it. Like all of his other videos got 1 million motherfuckers in it, and this one now is just him and some broads. Like, you see what I'm saying? And this colorful, we're just gonna keep going with this rainbow shit. And, this colorful background and just some shit that you could have filmed that in this room if you wanted to. But as far as him talking gang shit, he said it's not real. So why not? It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? He does movies and people do shoot 'em up movies. They're not really shooting people up. You know what I mean?
Well,
Wesley Snipes went to jail. He come back out. Can he do you know what I mean?
Well, there's a difference between an actor and a rapper. I don't care. I don't care how you try to equate it.
Is there?
I think so.
Is there?
Yeah, I think so. I think that rap was, the foundation of rap was built on realism. The foundation of movies was based on was built on fantasy.
Well, hang on. If we really keep it real, if we go to the foundations of rap, it wasn't built on realism. Because I'm going to talk about, before all those hardcore drug raps and all of that, motherfuckers was talking about, I got a mansion and a yacht, a 30-foot pool for when the weather is hot. Like, you ain't had none of that shit, bro. You ain't had none of that. It was a nice fucking dream at the time. It helped us dream. But those rappers at that time, that wasn't real.
Okay, so let me adjust my statement. Gangster rap was built on realism.
But see,
the foundation
most of the gangster rappers wasn't real gangsters. So although gangster rap was based upon the realism that they saw, you see what I'm saying? Most of the gangster rappers was not real gangsters. Like, let's keep it real. NWA, one of the main motherfuckers that brought this gangster rap shit into play, the only real gangsters in that shit was probably Eazy-E and Ren. Ice Cube wasn't no gangster. He was a school student. He was in school. But that shit that he saw around him, you know what I mean? But he wasn't that guy. Eazy-E was the one that you hear about was really fucking with dudes like that, and Ren was Eazy-E's man. You see what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. Dr. Dre was never a gangster.
Nope. None of them.
Yeah.
This is what I'm telling you. They were, but they represented gangster shit. They represented a realism that was real, but not necessarily to them.
Okay. All right.
Now, at some point, certain real gangsters did get into the game.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. You're making a good point here. Well, he's actually not denying being a rat or a snitch.
Nope.
He got on his Instagram Live. He said, "I'd be mad if a rat came home and did better than me too."
The video, he got a rat fucking cartoon
his head turned into a rat head. We'll show the picture real quick. He had a rat head, a computer animated rat head.
Yep.
In his actual first video. But what concerns me is this. He did this IG poll where he said, hey, if a bunch of guys who kidnapped you and threatened your mom and fucked your girl and stole millions, if they did all this to you, would you snitch on them or do the jail time? And 80% said, I would snitch on them. And he's on Instagram and he's creating this whole narrative of, I was a victim. These guys all were out to get me. I had no choice and so forth. But I just want to say this, because I've got a voice in this and I'm not going to allow this narrative to be completely changed. And here's the facts of it. Tekashi 6ix9ine joined the Bloods willingly.
Mm-hmm.
He paid
because he knew it would get him popping.
Right. He brought a bunch of, I remember hearing the story about this.
Yeah, bandanas and handed them out.
He brought 100 red bandanas and gave them out to everyone so he could be in the middle of this whole blood thing. That was his idea. He joined the 9 Trey Bloods. He asked to join and they allowed him to join. Once he joined, he paid other gang members to shoot at his enemies. At the time, it was Chief Keef. He paid Kuda B. It's on video. Said, "I'm gonna give you this money to go pop him."
Right.
He's putting hits out on people.
Right.
He had his gang go and rob people that he had beef with. The whole robbery that happened in Manhattan. And what had happened after all these gang activities, the feds raided him. They found the stolen backpack in his house along with an automatic weapon. And they found the video of him putting the hit out on Chief Keef. So he was being charged with all this stuff. He was facing 47 years. At that point, he went and started ratting on everybody. So he won't have to do the jail time. It wasn't because of all these things were happening to him. He could have been gone to the police.
Well, hang on. When did all of that shit happen to him? And when I thought the police kind of came at him shortly after all of that, like the kidnapping and all of that, wasn't it shortly after that?
Police showed up after the kidnapping, but he was cooperating after he got arrested. Until he got arrested, he wasn't cooperating. These guys were putting in work on his behest. He was running this gang.
Well, he
and
wasn't
having them do
running
things.
it though. I don't think.
He was definitely getting this gang to do shit on his behalf.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Whether he was the official leader, it doesn't matter. They were doing things primarily for him. You got beef with this dude, okay, we will go handle it so you can keep running your mouth.
But at the same time, they kidnapped his ass and was fucking his baby mama. Like
Number one, we don't know that he was fucking his baby mama. First and foremost,
she keeps saying that
the whole stealing money thing was never established because he came out and now he has millions of dollars from all his streaming royalties. Doesn't seem like they stole any of that shit.
Right.
You know, he's got $1 million chain on. Oh, really? They stole everything from you, huh?
Which
Where's all this money?
As fuck. Like, nigga, you got robbed for that fucking shark chain? Like, where do niggas get these cartoon fucking jewelry and shit?
And here's the thing, too. You got $1 million worth of jewelry that you get to wear in your house.
Right.
Great.
And that's why I had to get on Instagram with it, because or else nobody's going to see it.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
let me see how this looks in the kitchen. Ooh.
Right.
All right, let me go back to the bathroom again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good in here. Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at how the refrigerator light blings off of my fucking wrist. Oh, shit.
Right. Because let me say, this is the same thing he did when he was convicted of filming himself in a room where a 13-year-old was being raped. Okay?
What, he blamed somebody else?
Yeah. What's that?
I said he blamed somebody else or something at that time?
Oh, he tried to say nothing happened, no one had sex with her. That's actually not true. She was actually having sex in the video while he was touching on her and making like a pumping, like motion, and he put that shit out. Okay? Some real sick type shit that, when he interviewed with academics, he tried to change. Oh, no one penetrated. Oh, no one was having sex. I was just there. I didn't know. No, that was the wrong story. If you look at the paperwork, this guy really is on some pedophile shit. And he tried to change the story with that too. I mean, quite honestly, Tekashi may be the worst person that's ever been part of hip hop that I know of.
Whoa, that's pretty strong.
Name me a person in terms of their character, in terms of what they did, is worse than Tekashi.
Oh man, you put me on the spot. But I feel like there's been a lot of grimy motherfuckers in this shit. And if we really peel back the layers of the onion, and I'm sure there's worse motherfuckers than him out there. You know what
Really,
I mean?
A pedophile who snitched on everybody around him and got him 100 years.
We're just talking about moral character. I'm saying there's other things that they didn't have to do that.
A pedophile who snitched on everyone around him and got him 100 years.
But you just talked about moral character and all of that. So I'm saying that there could be other motherfuckers in hip hop. They didn't necessarily do that exact thing, but they could have done things just as bad as that. Put it that way.
But we don't know about them, so they can't be included in this list. Okay, look, YNW Melly is in jail right now for allegedly killing his two friends. Okay, that's in the same ballpark of a rotten person if that's what actually happened. Although they're saying he might be released because there's not enough evidence. So they're if he wasn't convicted for it, hard to say if that's actually what even happened, if he even killed him. But what I'm saying is, look at all the rappers who are in prison right now. Rallo's in prison right now for selling a bunch of weed. Nothing at all. Shouldn't even be in jail for that shit. Kodak Black is in jail right now for buying a bunch of guns that he shouldn't have bought. Whatever. Once again, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Who else is in prison right now in hip hop? You could say Steady B.
Well, see, again, I hear what you're saying. I'm saying that there's probably worse people than him that we don't necessarily know their deeds, and they didn't get caught like that they're in prison, but they still foul motherfuckers. That could be worse than this dude. That's all I'm saying. I just can't. I don't have them in my Rolodex, in my mental Rolodex of foul niggas. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'm sure they out there. And I'm not saying this to protect him. I'm just saying that there's many levels and layers to foulness. You know what I mean?
Listen, South Park Mexican is in prison right now for impregnating a 13-year-old, right? He got like 40 years.
I don't even know who that is. You told me about him before. I don't even know who that is.
Now, but then the story is that he met her at a strip club and thought she was of age.
You told me about that. That's what I'm saying.
So that kind of becomes part of the story. You know what I'm saying? Where he didn't willingly do that. Not to say that it's not horrible that it happened, but he didn't willingly do it.
Listen,
look, cool. Steady B and Cool Cedar in prison.
They killed a female officer and all that during a bank robbery.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad, but
it's pretty bad.
I'm not going to say that it's worse than you're talking pedophilia and shit like that.
Pedophilia and giving that's what I'm saying, man. So
listen, I'm not here arguing with you and saying, no, this guy's not foul. Like, of course he's foul. I'm just saying I don't think he's the foulest motherfucking hip hop that we've ever seen. Just maybe on the out in the open, maybe. You see what I'm saying?
So he's the foulest. He's the foulest dude.
Foulness that y'all don't know about. That is worse than this motherfucker.
Okay, obviously I can't argue that, but so we could say that your opinion is Tekashi is the foulest dude in hip hop that you know about.
For now, I'll go with that. Sure. I mean, that's your opinion. I think he's foul.
Okay.
I think he's foul.
Well, a day after he released his video and went on Instagram, his house location was leaked by a 14-year-old white girl.
I know. Oh, I saw the video. It was hilarious. And now I think there's a new video out there revealing his shit. So now white boys are at a gate and there's all these cars in the front and they're saying, yo, this nigga, he's never going to get no rest. Like.
Yeah.
Especially with all that flossing. Like, oh, a new neighbor moves in and now, oh, there's a fucking phantom and this and that outside and blah, blah, blah. And oh, look at this little rainbow fucking Mexican with all the jewelry. Who's that?
Who's that?
And all the tattoos on his face. Who's that?
Well, I just find it interesting that, number one, Tekashi is not in witness protection. That's established. He's also not in a halfway house, which is also established. He's living as a private citizen right now with an ankle monitor.
Right.
So at the point that his location was leaked, there was like 7 cop cars that showed up right away to move him somewhere else. When does that happen? With anybody? All the guys out there who have ankle monitors right now and their location gets out, you think the police are going to do fucking anything?
Nope.
Go hire security.
Now, can you confirm or deny this? Is he signed to Roc Nation?
He is absolutely not signed to Roc Nation. We actually broke the story yesterday as a VladTV exclusive.
Okay.
I hit up a high-ranking member at Roc Nation, and he said he's never heard of that at all in any capacity.
Okay.
I don't
there was
think
rumors
like
going around that the lawyers that were being used were some Roc Nation type lawyers, and that when he was seen being put on a plane, a bunch of people had the Roc Nation hats on, the paper plane hats.
Well, in the Gooba video, like the director kind of pops his head, like the back of his head, into the video, and he's wearing a Roc Nation hat, and that is what kind of started the rumors. And I'm actually surprised that Jay-Z allowed that to happen, because that's a trademarked logo, and he could have gotten that whole video taken down.
Right.
Honestly. That's what I would have done if I was Jay-Z.
But no, because Jay-Z's kind of smart, and he knows there'll be a lot of eyes on that video, and that's free promotion for Roc Nation.
There you go. And they maybe even cleared it with Jay-Z. I don't think that you'd put out a video of this caliber and just allow any logo in there without thinking twice about it, because you're always risking that.
Right.
But yeah, that's absolutely false. Now, did a lawyer that worked with Roc Nation work with him as well? Maybe, but lawyers don't work as full-time employees for Roc Nation.
Right.
They get contracted out.
And he probably hired, Jay-Z used him? Well, I want that guy.
Yeah. So that part may be true, but that means nothing.
Okay. Well, that's why I asked you, because I'm hearing rumors, and I thought maybe
it's not true.
Maybe Glad knows, Maybe Glad knows about it.
Glad checked, and Glad could tell you that it's not true.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad as well. And it's funny. Speaking of Roc Nation, Meek Mill feels it's his duty to crush Tekashi 6ix9ine for the culture.
Really?
Yeah, he said that.
Okay.
Well, because look, he said,
how's he gonna crush him? Musically? Like how? You see what I'm saying? Is he gonna put out? I just want to know how do we crush him?
I think the only way to crush a Tekashi 6ix9ine is to kill him or get him to stop talking. Otherwise, Tekashi 6ix9ine, the train will continue, because there's always a train wreck to go along with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Well, there is no stopping him from talking. Like, as you can see, like he came out and he's just right back to shit talking.
Well,
you're saying people should kill him? That's what you said?
No, well, there is. Wait, what was that?
Did you say people should kill him?
I don't say people should do anything. You're asking, how do you stop him?
Well, how do you stop him?
To stop talking, or you have to kill him. Those are one of the two. I don't.
But he's not going to stop talking, so.
He's not going to stop talking.
So you're saying that all the other alternative is.
If that's how somebody wants to stop him, I'm not saying that someone should do that. I'm not saying you should kill Tekashi 6ix9ine. Just because I'm not a fan of him, I don't want him dead.
Right.
All right.
Just checking,
Although the 9 Trey guys probably think differently of it. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a price on Tekashi's head based on all the people's lives who he fucked up. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, here's the thing. If there is a price, right? And if somebody takes it, the price better be high enough to know that you're going to jail for that. Like you're not getting away with it. Don't think you're getting away with it.
Just like they caught Pop Smoke's killers, right?
Nah, that's different though. That's different because nobody saw that coming. Everybody and their mama is waiting for somebody to roll up on this kid. You see what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different. Like they gonna catch the motherfuckers that did this. Just like you said, police pulling up right away as soon as this shit, it's too much odd shit around this kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't the same like Pop Smoke. It ain't the same like Pop Smoke. And if something happens to that boy, trust me, they're gonna catch his fucking killers. Watch.
All I'm saying, Pop Smoke got killed in the Hollywood Hills, where damn near every house has a camera on.
Right, but he didn't have an ankle monitor on. He didn't just get out. This dude is damn near in witness protection without being in witness protection. You understand? So Pop Smoke didn't have all of that. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. But he didn't have all of that. This is a different situation, and I feel like the police would even go more harder with this right here. Like, that's when it airs. You see? That's when it airs. When you fucking kill a police dog and all of that, that's like killing a real police officer. You see? So you fuck around and kill Tekashi 6ix9ine, that's like killing a police dog or some shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, they feel like he's one of them.
So you mean to tell me that if Tekashi 6ix9ine gets killed, there's going to be a bunch of FBI guys that are going to be crying and, holding each other to comfort each other because they love this guy so much? And,
no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if he gets killed, whoever kills him is getting caught. So just know that. Just know that you're going to jail. Like, trust me, you're gonna get caught. That's all I'm saying. Now, y'all can go ahead and listen to Vlad and try to do it and think you're gonna get away like Pop Smoke. I'm telling you, it's a different situation. That's all. So y'all can try it though, and prove me wrong.
Well, the other way to silence.
We don't want him killed. Hang on. We don't want him killed. We don't want the young man killed. We're just talking about
hypotheticals.
Hypotheticals.
Well, the other way that he could be silenced is if the courts look at this situation and say, we made a mistake by allowing you to be on social media. Just like you don't hear anything from Soulja Boy right now.
Oh,
because Soulja Boy got out and he had certain orders about what he can and can't do on social media.
Right.
And Soulja Boy was very quiet when he got
that
out.
would be smart. Now, that's the only way you probably could silence him. Like, listen.
Yeah.
You keep talking, you're going to be right back in the fucking, with your boys, with the 9 Trey Bloods, right back in his fucking cell. And now we're going to just let you be with them.
Right, because here's the thing, having seven cop cars have to show up to someone's house and do a police escort and whatever else at the drop of a dime, that cost that town a lot of money. Okay? And the judge could say, like, okay, we let you out, but now you're costing us money. So we made a mistake. You are completely silenced, or else probably, if you do one thing to violate, we're going to put you right back in there.
Though. He probably could pay restitution for that. You see what I'm saying?
Look, the judge did not, he's supposed to be in prison right now. He got out because of this coronavirus shit. He was sentenced to 2 years. Let's not forget that. He's technically still in jail, and they're allowing him certain things, and he's obviously abusing that and creating a whole bunch of nonsense. He's beefing with Meek Mill, he's trolling, he's doing shit, he's creating a negative energy when he was given a gift from the courts. That gift could be retracted, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it could.
It could. All right. Let's switch gears real quick. The death of Ahmaud Arbery, which was essentially a lynching.
Yes.
I couldn't bring myself to watch the video. I know there's a video of it and so forth. I watched a couple seconds and I turned it off. What do you think about that whole situation?
Here's the thing. We live in such a world that's so fucking crafty and full of lies. I'm not fully sure what to think, lad. Like, I watched the video. I watched it. And if what appears to happen really happened, this shit is crazy. But I'm saying, we can't take nothing on face value. And there's a lot of things that have happened, that are going to happen, that are engineered to try to pull at people's heartstrings and get some sort of response. I don't know. I might be the only one even presenting something like this, but again, I don't take nothing on face value. So if what we saw was real, because again, bro, a shotgun at close range should be blowing something off. Like, I didn't see shit like that in the video. I heard shots go off, some camera work, and a man get weak and go to the ground. And now we're all outraged. It's almost like too perfect. So, again, if it's real, then it's some bullshit. It goes right back to the old, what's his name? Zimmerman type of situation where these guys thought they were doing some sort of vigilante justice. There's apparently a video of him going on a construction site or something. Didn't take nothing, but walks on a construction site, looks around for a second, and walks out. And they're going to use that to try to incriminate him. If this is all real, they're going to try to use that to say, oh, well, what was he doing there? Maybe he wanted to be an architect. Maybe he was looking to see, what kind of technique they use to build inside there. You don't fucking know what he was doing. He didn't steal shit, though. That's what we do know. So we don't know what he was looking at, but I don't know. Something about that video and a lot of videos I see, I don't know. It was just a little shady to me. And I'm not taking nothing on face value. I'm not, because I know how much these motherfuckers lie. Like, oh my goodness. There's a lot of lying about very simple shit. You know what I mean? Even with all this, why we're wearing masks, like all of this, so much shit that we're being lied to based on our ignorance, based on us taking things on face value. So I almost hope that was fake. But again, if it wasn't, it was horrible. And then these motherfuckers need to get life and all of that. Okay?
Right, because there was a cover-up. Initially, these guys weren't arrested, and they were tied to like the police. The father was a former cop. It was tied to the police. The police didn't lock him up. The district attorney was saying not to arrest him. They had to bring in a whole new crew to kind of deal with this. There's now like a black female judge who's presiding over this. The feds are getting involved. The president spoke on it. It was it looked like some good old boy, we protect our own type fuck shit. And quite honestly, if it wasn't for the video, I think we would be exactly where we were with Trayvon Martin, where this guy was gonna like probably maybe bash his face against the ground a few times and say that this black guy attacked him and he fought his way off, and his sons be like, yep, that's exactly what happened. And stand your ground. They're innocent and they go on with their life and become, white supremacist heroes like Zimmerman. But you have a video, so you can't really say that.
Right, but again, we don't fully know what we're seeing in that video. It appears that he got shot in there. But if anybody can show me exactly where the bullets hit and all of that in that video, show me the frame where you see the shit strike him. Because I don't see it. I just hear some shots go off. He's tussling, and then he kind of gets weak and falls to the ground. I didn't see no blood or nothing. I'm just saying, don't take nothing on face value. This could have very well been exactly what we saw. And if it was, fine. I'm just saying, it's very dangerous for us as a people to just take things that they give us, especially on TV, and just accept it as truth because we somehow trust the deliverer of the message. Or now with this new shit, with the video, we think that, well, I saw it, so it has to be real. But we know there's all kind of shit can be manipulated. So I'm just saying, people, be careful of that. That's it.
Well, yeah. And they're trying to charge the guy who shot the video. And there's a video.
And they probably should.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's an interview with the guy's lawyer where he's like, well, this guy only has a high school education, which doesn't even mean much in this town. He's kind of stupid and dumb and doesn't really know what's going on.
They used the village idiot defense?
They used the village idiot defense. The actual lawyer is on, I believe, CNN saying that.
Wow.
Like, it's the village.
He's the
village idiot defense. I've never heard of that before.
They just come to me, Vlad. They just come to me. But yeah, man. That's fucking crazy, yo. Well, he didn't know.
Oh, man. Well, Holyfield is saying he's coming back to the ring, and Tyson is saying that he's down. Also, imagine
Listen, I just showed Miguel the fucking video of Tyson training where he's like, I'm back. That motherfucker. Man, I'm there. I'm there for it. Like, I would like to see that. I would be more ready to see that than a bunch of some of these other fucking heavyweights right now. I think that would be more entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a match. And, I wonder who would really get it, because they're both, well, I think Holyfield's a bit older.
He's like 58. Yeah. Mike is like 53. So Mike got the age, but they showed Holyfield working out. He's doing his, listen, this ain't like, this is strong black 50s. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are men that been working out probably this whole fucking time, like never really let themselves go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think Holyfield said he's open to fighting Tyson, but he wants to fight Riddick Bowe.
Right.
That'd be a good one.
Somebody said, I think I saw somebody said Tyson versus Shannon Briggs.
Okay.
Shannon Briggs is a fucking monster, yo.
He is, but he never had the career of a Tyson or a Holyfield.
That's
he never had the champion.
But he's mad big, he's still in shape, and he's older like that. So, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But that wouldn't bring the fans like a Tyson Holyfield.
Yeah, it would.
Nah.
Yeah, it would. Nah. I mean, Tyson Holyfield, hold up. Tyson Holyfield would be more. But
right, that's what I'm saying.
But if all you had to watch was Tyson versus Briggs, we're watching that.
No, you'll watch Tyson against anybody, but Tyson versus Holyfield.
Yeah, that's going to be super epic. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Well, Big Meech's brother, Southwest T, is out.
Yes. Welcome home.
Welcome home. Big Meech actually tried to get out as well, using the same coronavirus argument, but they denied him. I guess he's in for like another 11 years or something like that. But Southwest T is out. Entering the world of social media. He's on Instagram getting his haircut. He's, people calling him now, and he's moving around. And 50 Cent is trolling everybody, saying that they owe him money.
Right.
Which I don't think anyone owes Terry any money.
No.
Last I checked.
Come on. That's what 50 got to do. Like, that's,
Yep. And you're actually an actor in a TV show that's executive produced by 50 Cent, For Life.
Yes, I had a role on there.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very good series, by the way. I started watching it. Very dope.
Very good series. The lead actor, hell of a... I think he teaches acting in like London and shit like that, because he's a British actor. I don't know if you knew that, but I got on set and he started talking in his real voice. I was like, oh shit. Like, that's the second time that happened to me, like back in the days when I was on Oz, and the dude who played Saeed, I used to love him as an actor, and then when I got on set, I'm hearing him talking his English. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, you're not even American? I was like, oh, this motherfucker's even iller than I thought he was. Like, and so my man Nicholas, he's one of those type of dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea he was British. Once again, the British come in and take all our jobs.
Take all our fucking jobs, right? Shit.
And for some reason, Americans can't do British accents. Like, if an American has to do a British role, I mean, I think, what's his name? Who plays Iron Man?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. He did a pretty good Sherlock Holmes with a British accent, but that's very few and far between. Name an American that did a British role and pulled it off. See what I mean?
No, there's been some. What's her name? You said Meryl Streep, but that's not
Meryl
what I was
Streep?
thinking of. Meryl Streep has done it. Who's the other one who's fucking? There's another. I forget her name, man. I got her face right now, but I can't remember her name. But she did a pretty good English accent.
Yeah. There's been one or two, but if you go the other way, British actors that came over and killed it.
Let me tell you a quick sidebar story. So I'm on the set, right, of For Life, and I'm just finding out that he's from England, and they have a dialect coach there. You know what I mean? No, matter of fact, this is how I find out. Because they had like a dialect coach on set. And so I make a joke like, oh, you know, what you supposed to make sure, you know, motherfuckers talking proper Ebonics or whatever. You know what I mean? And he said, nah, I'm for Nicholas, you know what I mean, who's the lead dude. And he's like, you know, Nicholas from London. I said, oh, word? Okay. So now he tells me, right? He said for his students to teach them a New York accent, he would play clips of me from VladTV to teach his fucking students how to talk a New York accent. That's my word. I'm not making this shit up. I said, oh, word? He said, yeah. He said, I use some of your clips from Vlad to teach my people how to do a New York accent.
Wow, that actually made my day.
I knew it would. I knew it would.
Well, because when I create these videos, I feel it's for historical reasons. It's for documenting hip hop culture and certain types of people of this era.
Right.
And it's designed to be used for projects like
right, but you would never think of something like that. No,
I never thought of that. That's like a whole. I feel like, you know, book reports and, you know, movie documentaries and whatever else in the future, but not dialect coaches. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. And for a TV show.
Well, just recently, Earl Thomas from the Ravens was held at gunpoint by his wife over cheating allegations.
Whoa!
She apparently tracked his location using Snapchat, and she showed up at some house he was at, I guess with his brother, and there was like some girl or whatever, and she pulled out a gun and put it to his head in an effort to scare him.
Let's rewind a little bit. How do you track a motherfucker using Snapchat? That's number one.
I don't have Snapchat, so I don't know, but I guess
I don't
maybe
either, but I just want to know.
Right. I guess, you know, well, for example, I think it's similar to like Instagram. When you post, you could have your location.
Oh,
right?
Got you. Okay. Right.
Right. So it might just show up if you're like at the...
you over here, motherfucker?
Yeah, you're at the Sleazy 8 Motel. It might show up as the Sleazy 8 Motel,
now,
like
usually,
at the top there.
Like on IG and all that, you got to put your shit, though. Like, you got to say where you're at. You know what I mean?
So maybe that was a setting he had on Snapchat. Yeah, maybe there's an automatic setting that you could just set it automatically because you're not really thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we need to give free game to the fellas out here. Turn your location services off, fellas.
Right.
Or else you're gonna have a gun to your motherfucking head if you're not careful.
All right, so she went and got a couple of her girlfriends, I guess, and and showed up.
Wait, they was who riding?
Yeah.
They did a who ride?
They did a who ride, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Imagine that phone call. Hey, girl, me, you, and Judy about to go get this pistol and confront my husband.
Come get me, bitch. That's how they be. Come get me, bitch. I'm with the shits. Come get me, bitch. Bang.
Yeah, put on her fucking.
And now you got an excuse to wear a mask. Okay, they all go over there masked up.
Yeah.
Ride.
And you know, he made a video basically trying to, you know, do some damage control. Said, oh, you know, this happens in a lot of houses, you know, a lot of families. This is just some regular family stuff, you know. You guys are going to make a big deal out of it, but it's not a big deal. And it's like, no, once the pistol was involved, it was a big deal.
Yeah. kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I guess they're back together, and she got him like a nice chain for his birthday. Yeah, well,
with a microchip inside that motherfucker.
it's a tracking device.
Hell yeah, it is. He's so dumb. Oh, this is beautiful, baby. Thank you. He got this shit on while he go see his other girl. She just keep popping up and shit. How the fuck you keep finding me?
Well, you know, just recently there was the whole situation with NBA YoungBoy and Floyd Mayweather's daughter.
Right, she stabbed
Remember
the
when
broad.
she showed up and stabbed his baby mother?
I heard. That's crazy.
Yeah. And he's still together with her. I guess he bailed her out and they were together that same night.
Right.
Remember he
beefing
called
with another rapper. You talking about my baby mama? You didn't see that? He was yelling and screaming at some other rapper. You's a fuck nigga and all this crazy shit. And who you talking about? Her right here? Her right here? And he brought her on the. You didn't see that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I saw it. No, when he called Floyd Mayweather her bitch ass daddy.
Right. I ain't want. And she just sat there for that too. I was like, hang on.
Oh yeah, no.
Daddy?
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
that's crazy.
yeah. If they get married, Thanksgiving is going to be awkward. Let me tell you. Because think about it. You might have to see this man face to face, and that's the greatest boxer of all time.
And you called him bitch ass daddy.
He will punch you before you even know you got punched.
Word.
You get hit with a 3-piece. You know, looking at his necklace. I mean, all right, but the amount of drama that goes on with NBA YoungBoy, I mean, people have compared him to Tupac in terms of just the level of drama. You know, and the fan base. He has a very big fan base. He's been like #1 on YouTube for like a year.
Okay.
But the amount of craziness that goes on. And how do you stay with someone who stabbed your baby mother? How about that? That's still the mother of your child.
Yeah, but a lot of dudes be having hatred for their baby moms. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times the baby mother turns into the op. You know what I mean? In their eyes. Like, you know what I mean? So for some people, they probably wish they could have stabbed their own baby mama. And the fact that somebody did it for them is almost a fucking blessing. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, unless you got love for your baby mama, then, I can't be with you after you did that. That's the mother of my child. You can't be stabbing her like that.
Well, last I checked, she was facing like life in prison over that shit. Or something really, really serious. Now, granted, I'm sure Floyd will come in and use all his money to try to keep his baby out of prison, but sometimes all the money in the world will not save you from some prison time.
First of all, you Floyd Mayweather's baby. You couldn't just two-piece this girl? Like, he ain't teach you no blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, elbows in and all of that? Like, you just stabbing broads out here? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, she's actually, I looked it up, she's facing 99 years.
Woo!
99 years.
Now, wouldn't that be a shame, though, if with all that money, he can't really save her from that? You see what I'm saying? Like, because like you said, there's certain shit that, you know what I mean? It don't matter. Like, you can't necessarily get off on that, like, just because you got mad money, like, you know, so.
Right. I mean, Phil Spector's in prison right now. He had all the money in the world. He was the one he was producing the Beatles, and, you know, he had some of the biggest anthems of his day.
Yeah, Bill Cosby's in jail right now.
Bill Cosby's in jail right now. Sometimes all the money in the world just does not matter when it comes to a court of law. It's you with those 12 people and that judge.
And it's like, I feel like that just should go to show that money ain't really what you think it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the be all end all. It's not the cure all. You know what I mean? Like, that you think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I actually looked it up. She went and hired Jay Prince's lawyer. You know, who's done a pretty good job. I've never heard of Jay Prince going to prison. So.
But you never heard of him stabbing nobody, have you?
Not stabbing, but I've heard some interesting rumors about Jay Prince that I will not mention on camera because I'm trying to keep a good relationship over there. Jay Prince.
Well, here's the thing. She got arrested for doing that, right?
Yeah.
So if the brother allegedly did anything, he ain't get arrested for that, now did he?
No, I know he was investigated at some point, but he never did any prison time.
Well, there you go.
He's good. And actually,
somebody's moving smarter than somebody else.
Back in the day, Jay Prince used to manage Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah, way back in the day. Yeah, early in Floyd's career. And there's some interesting stories about that, too, that I'm not going to say on camera. But, yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Facing 99 years is pretty fucking serious. Where was she arrested? Houston, Texas. Well, that's not
why
exactly.
She got the Dre Prince lawyer because it's a Texas lawyer.
There you go. Texas lawyer. This is all coming together. So she was arrested in Houston, Texas. Well, that is not the nicest of states when it comes to shit like this.
You know what they say, Texas don't play.
Yeah. Texas does not play.
Don't play.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hopefully she gets probation and she learns her lesson, and that's the end of that. But yeah, crazy.
How do you
situation.
go from though being offered 99 years to getting probation? Like, that just seems like that's too much ground to cover. You see what I'm saying? I could feel like shrinking that 99 years to maybe, you know, if she was lucky, if she got 10, you'd almost seem like that would be lucky. But I don't know.
Well, yeah, because you could have a lawyer and you could have a bunch of stuff, but at the end of the day, the victim sounds like she made a statement to the police. So that statement is now part of the case. She can come back and say, oh, well, I lied about that statement, at which point they could say, well, then now you're up on perjury charges if you want to go ahead and do that. And you might do some prison time. I know damn well that YoungBoy's baby mother ain't going to go to prison for a bitch that stabbed her. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. So the statement is there. So they don't even need her to be a witness at this point. They could basically say, here's the statement. Here's the pictures. And, you know, she could say she didn't do it. So what? The girl stabbed herself? Is that what you're going to say? NBA YoungBoy stabbed her? That's not going to happen either. So there you go. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I could stay with someone who did a stabbing. I think that would be the end of that relationship for me. That'd be like, all right.
Because you could be the next one up, right?
Right. Imagine sleeping at night. Imagine going to sleep with that woman at night. I mean, do you clear all the knives out of the house
after
first?
After an argument, too. Like, and you're just not sure. Like.
Yep. All right. Final question. And you're going to be annoyed with me with the way I phrase this, but whatever. Eminem thinks that Tupac is the greatest songwriter of all time. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Okay. Why is that?
Because he had some good songs, but I don't know if he had the greatest songs of all time. Like he had some good songs, but I'm not gonna.
He had
and
some
are we
great
talking
songs.
about just rap, or are we talking greatest songwriter of all time?
I think he called him the greatest songwriter of all time, but we can limit it just to rap. Would you say that?
No, not even in rap. No, and I loved Tupac, but no. That's all.
Fred the Godson said something very interesting. DJ Absolute sent us a video with that he did with Fred the Godson. It was an interview. It was it was Fred the Godson's final interview.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about Tupac. And he said, Fred said something interesting. He said, when you see Tupac's lyrics like written out, they look just really regular and ordinary. But when he says them, it's a whole different story.
Right.
The thing, I remember Clark Kent said this, and he was absolutely right. Nobody can say their rhymes better than Tupac. Tupac says his rhymes
the way he delivers them
the best.
right.
Because if you read them, you're like, this shit is elementary.
Right.
But when he say it, the way he say it, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This is why the argument of who's the better lyricist or rapper, is it Biggie or Tupac? Biggie definitely had more intricate rhymes and knew how to put stuff together better than Tupac. But the way Tupac presented his music.
Tupac had an emotion within his music. You see, that's what propelled his music more than anything. It was the emotion and the resonance within his voice and the way he was able to communicate angst and anger or happiness or just, you know what I mean? He was able to communicate those things through everything, not even just his voice. He was almost like a performance artist. You see what I'm saying? Like he was using all of him to translate that. So now if you're gonna say someone's the greatest songwriter, you gotta be able to just take all of that away and look just at their songwriting and put that up against other people's songwriting, forget all the charisma of the person, and say, is this some of the greatest shit ever written? And I no disrespect to Tupac, but I'm gonna say no. And it's not to be anti-Eminem or anything like that. It's just, this is my opinion.
No, I think you're right, because people redoing Tupac songs it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah. Like Tupac did Dear Mama, someone else doing Dear Mama would just sound awkward.
Yeah.
I could see your argument for this. I can see your argument. Who would be the greatest songwriter in hip hop though? Songs. Jay-Z?
No. Jay-Z's one of the greatest rappers, but songwriter? See, when you talk about songwriting, I'm looking at people that, you got the hook, the verse, but then people that add bridges and stuff like that, you see what I'm saying? These days, you'd be hard pressed to find someone that puts a bridge in their fucking song, especially a rapper. How many rappers put bridges in their shit? You know who was a great songwriter? Ja Rule and 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Both of them were great songwriters. Those motherfuckers knew how to write songs. Okay?
Yeah, I think I would put Drake up there as well.
I was gonna say Drake.
Right, because I said this recently on Twitter, and a lot of people got mad at me, but I don't think they really understood what I was saying is, I said, has anyone ever noticed that as a whole, Drake usually picks very non-exceptional beats?
And makes them exceptional.
And he makes them exceptional using his verses and choruses and his singing and harmonizing and everything. But most of his beats, like for example, like Tootsie Slide, it's a very minimalist type beat. So I think people will focus more on his vocals. But if you hear a bunch of Drake beats, and it's like, oh, yo, this is gonna be crazy no matter who spits on it. Like, nah, he makes those. But they're very minimalist. I'm not saying he's the worst beat picker of all time or anything else like that. People are gonna start trying to incorporate that. But he could really write his ass off on a lot of very non-exceptional, non-standout type beats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think when you talk about songwriting and writing raps and all that, it's a little different. Like, you see what I'm saying? There's crazy ill lyricists that are not necessarily the greatest songwriters. You know what I mean?
I think Rakim, his songwriting, and you could sort of tell later on in his career that he could still spit, but the songs themselves were not like of the caliber of what you were hoping for with his early stuff.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that could be an example of a great lyricist, but not the greatest songwriter. Whereas, for example, like Know the Ledge, I thought was an incredible song.
Right.
The whole structure of it, the story, everything else like that. But yeah, songwriting.
But again, like Know the Ledge was the beat, a verse, the hook, you know what I mean? There might have been a musical break in there and stuff like that. And that's another thing people don't even do, is have musical breaks anymore. Whatever happened to, you know, verse, chorus, then maybe just a musical break, then back to the verse, then a chorus. No, then back to the verse, then a bridge, then a chorus, and then maybe I'll hit you with a reveal of something at the very end that wasn't even in the song.
Yeah.
Like that's songwriting right there. And when you use all of those, or how about when you have a chorus and a sub-chorus? See, people don't do shit like this no more. Like they don't even know what I'm talking about, half of the people right now. When I say a chorus and a sub-chorus, they go, well, what is that? Like, but when we talk about songwriting, that's the type of shit that I look for in a songwriter. And
right. I mean, there's Andre 3000.
Yes, he's a songwriter.
Someone that can make a hey ya.
That's a songwriting. Right, exactly. Somebody that can make a hey ya knows how to write songs. You know what I mean?
You'd have to put CeeLo in that category. I still consider him a rapper.
Yes, yep, absolutely.
You know, he has some classics like, you know, like Forget You and Crazy, and, you know, and then you go back to like Cell Therapy and his original Goody Mob type stuff. His stuff is dope. You got to put Kanye in the list. Kanye's a great songwriter.
Yep, he is. Yep. You're right. He is. But and now you're seeing what I'm saying about the type of people that will go into that songwriting is a little different from the lyricist crew. You know what I mean? And again, I feel like most of the people that we just named are better songwriters than Tupac. Again, Tupac was the one that emotionally touched so many people. You know what I mean? Like I think he had the most emotional reaction from people. You know what I mean? Like people that love Tupac really love Tupac. Like it's almost, I haven't seen this type of, you know what I mean? That type of energy for maybe any other rapper, but there's a certain emotion attached to Tupac. So and that emotion will sometimes blur your vision, okay? And maybe give him more credit in certain areas than maybe he deserves. And I think that was one of them. Not that he wasn't a good songwriter, but to say the best of all time, even in rap, and then when we go outside rap, forget it. Like, come on.
You're right, because Tupac's choruses weren't always the best. This is why he used a lot of other people for his choruses. He has some good choruses like Hail Mary and stuff like that. But then again, you know, a lot of his best songs, you know, like California Love and everything else like that, he would bring in the Roger Troutmans and the real hardcore musicians to go and build up those songs. Tupac by himself, yeah, I mean he needed to work with other people to create these masterpieces.
Like you're not gonna tell me that Tupac is a better songwriter than Curtis Mayfield. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, or Prince.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Like, you know what I mean? No disrespect.
Would you give Eminem props for his songwriting? You know, like I'm Sorry Mama. I think that was a very well written song.
You know, he knows how to craft the song. He knows how to craft the song. Absolutely. He knows how to craft the song.
Yeah. I'd put him up there in that list. But then again, I'm more of a Eminem fan than you are personally.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm not going to put him as the greatest, but I'm saying he knows how to write songs well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to end it with that.
All
Lord
right.
Jamar.
Yes, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Glad.
VladTV.
Covlad 48.
That's what it is. Until next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.